Guess what today is? It's the cover reveal day for Barefoot on the Beach, my upcoming release from HQ Digital. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk today about some tips on how you can do your own cover reveal. Hey there, if you're new here, my name is Katlyn Duncan and I am an author of books for adults and young adults. I post here on YouTube twice a week with writing vlogs, writing tips, and all the bookish things. So if that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss out the next time I upload. Just a quick update, I haven't been here for a while. I've been working on my revisions for Barefoot on the Beach, my next release, my next summary women's fiction romance, and I have just been in the revision cave. I hope to be on a regular schedule soon now that those revisions have been handed in to my editor. So I wanted to talk about a few ideas that you can do for your own cover reveal because I found throughout the years that I love watching other authors' processes with a lot of these things, and I learn from it. I learn new tips and tricks to help my own launches go a little smoother. But I wanted to give tips based on a budget. Now, as a digital first author, I don't receive advances for my books, but I do receive higher royalty rates, so I'm really starting at zero when it comes to launching my books. So a lot of this is upfront costs, and I try to make my cost as small as possible. So all of these tips that I'm sharing here today are going to be next to nothing out of your own budget. Some traditionally published authors are given the full treatment with their cover reveals. They go on Entertainment Weekly and Hypable and Bustle and all of those awesome websites. And don't feel bad if you are not one of those authors. I am not one of those authors, and a lot of authors are not as well. So don't feel too bad about it, but here are some tips to help you get your book cover out to as many people as possible before your book releases. Now, these tips are just an overview of tips you can do. I don't necessarily do all of these things for every single book of mine, but I try to do most of them. So based on where you like to hang out on the internet, you probably just want to start off using your strengths as an advantage. If you love Facebook and you want to hang out on Facebook, I suggest just using Facebook. I'm going to separate this list into before the cover reveal, during the cover reveal, and after the cover reveal, because I think there's a lot of things you can do up front and after to really build buzz for the launch of your book. Days before your cover reveal, you can tease it on your social media. Now, I've seen authors tease a little piece of it, a little corner of it, maybe the title, font. So there are many different ways to do this, and it starts to build up that buzz for the cover reveal. So, you could say, 2 days until the cover reveal, and then you can count down the days to the cover reveal to get them really anxious to see it, especially posting a little piece of the cover, because most covers out there are really gorgeous and everyone loves cover reveals. So you just want to entice readers to come back when the cover is finally revealed and share in the happiness that you have a cover for your book, because it's very exciting. And this is a pro tip. So if you are on Instagram, I always love the little countdown feature, and if you put that into your story and sort of tease the image a little bit and then put the countdown to when you're exactly revealing the cover, readers can click on the countdown and ask to be reminded. So when that countdown is over, they will get a notification on their phones, and that will say when the cover is revealed. So that's just a little pro tip on the side if you are someone who likes to be on Instagram. On the day of the cover reveal, I always like to have a landing page where I can send my fans and readers from different platforms to get a look at the cover. For my previous book, Wrapped Up for Christmas, I did a video here on YouTube for it. And if you are not someone who uses YouTube, you can post a video on your Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on IGTV, any other place that you like to hang out. If you prefer to work via a blog, I would recommend sending readers to your blog versus a video. I would always include, for both of these things, a blurb of the story or the summary, the back cover copy, whatever you want to call it, and then obviously the cover. Now, for a blog post, you have a little more space to show off your unique side. So you could potentially put your inspiration for the book, something about the significance of the characters or the settings or anything like that that you want to start building that excitement for your book. I always find that when I go to author events or I read authors' blog posts that I start to get to know them a little more, and I'm happy to support them, and I get excited for their books as well. And when it comes to social media sites, there are a lot of different options that you can use. So for instance, on Facebook and Instagram, you can really utilize posts and stories on those. So you could do a post and then share it to your story, or do two separate ones. On Instagram, if you use a story, you can add it to your highlights under your profile. On Twitter and Facebook, you can pin a post to the top of the page so that anytime someone goes to your landing page on Facebook or Twitter, they will see your cover. And also, I would recommend putting in buy links in the post as well, so that you're able to entice the reader with your cover. And then if they want to check out more information, they can click on the buy links. If you're really not on social media and you don't want to post a video, I would recommend, if you have a newsletter, that you send the information to your newsletter subscribers. Because usually if someone signs up for your newsletter, they don't mind getting information from you on a regular basis about your books. When I can, I like to give my newsletter subscribers as much exclusive information as I can as a special thank you for letting me into their inbox. After the cover reveal has already happened, what I like to do is I like to go and change all of my covers and headers for my Facebook and my Twitter with the new cover. I will also change my newsletter header up until the release of the book on the book page on my website, and also my email signature. I find that's key for just sort of passively selling your book. Whenever you email someone, make contact with someone, they're seeing your book. The whole point of this is to get people to see your cover, get enticed by your cover, and want to purchase your book if they're interested in that genre or type of book that you're selling. Also, if you are someone who likes Pinterest, I would recommend making a Pinterest board for your book. If you just sort of like Pinterest or just getting into it, if you don't go on there and make inspiration boards normally, then maybe sign up and just do one for your book covers, so you're able to have just another avenue of people to be able to find you and your books. Overall, just make sure to post your book cover as many places as possible. Covers are the most important marketing tool for your books. And so much time and effort is put into covers for a reason. So without further ado, I want to show you the cover for my upcoming release, Barefoot on the Beach, coming from HQ Digital on April 29th, 2020. And here we go. Ta-da! What do you think? I absolutely love it, and I think it pairs pretty well with Wrapped Up for Christmas. So here is the blurb. Renee Clark is perfectly happy, just the way she is. Renee may be thrilled to be planning her sister's wedding, but after witnessing her mother's 2 failed marriages, she has always vowed that she is better off on her own. But when Renee discovers that Luke Hardy has moved in next door, her world is knocked off kilter. Luke was her whirlwind summer romance as a teen, and more importantly, her first love. Now he's back in West Cove, looking more handsome than ever. There's no escaping the romance in the air this summer. With the wedding planning in full swing, Renee begins to believe that she may be able to put her childhood reservations about marriage aside. Yet when her mother arrives, she stirs a torrent of emotions in Renee's heart. She's up to her old tricks again, boasting about her latest conquests, reaffirming Renee's lack of faith in love. As Renee's happily ever after hangs in the balance, will Luke be able to convince her that true love can last forever? As I said, the ebook for Barefoot on the Beach releases April 29th, 2020, and the paperback and audio are close behind, and they will be released in June 2020. Currently, I have a date of June 25th, but that has not been confirmed yet, but it's going to be sometime in June, and I'm so excited to pair it up with Wrapped Up for Christmas on my bookshelf. Barefoot on the Beach will also be available on NetGalley a little closer to release date. As I said, I just handed in my revisions, so we have a little time to get it all set and ready for early reviewers. So if you are on NetGalley, keep an eye out. I will probably do an announcement either here or in my newsletter. So if you're interested in checking out exclusive information, I will put the link to my newsletter below, so be sure to sign up. I do a subscriber-only giveaway every time I send a newsletter, and you have the chance to win one of my backlist titles, which includes Wrapped Up for Christmas Now, in ebook form. And you get to know a lot of behind the scenes of my writing. I also post book deals in there as well, so it's a great time. And I usually only send an email at the very most twice a month. That rarely happens. It's usually if I have a deal going on, but usually just once a month. And in addition to NetGalley, I usually offer early review copies to my newsletter subscribers as well, just in case you're not a member. And again, the amazing Rachel at Rachel's Random Resources will be hosting my blog tour, which will take place from April 29th through May 6th. And if you are a blogger, a booktuber, a reviewer, a bookstagrammer, and are interested in featuring Barefoot on the Beach, be sure to comment below and let me know if you would like an early review copy, or you can email me. My email is on my About page for more information. And as always, the links for all of my books will be below in the description if you want to check out Barefoot on the Beach or pre-order it for yourself. It's currently up for pre-order. And I wanted just to quickly thank the HQ Digital team for another amazing cover. I have been with them for 13 books so far, and none of the covers have ever disappointed. So if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell next to it so you don't miss out the next time I post, and I'll see you soon.